Hey there, fellow marketers, Professor Wolters here, and today we're on the beaches of El Salvador. And today what I talk to you about is some of the steps in the marketing and research process. And what we're really going to focus on today is concept testing and product development. You know, coming with that prototypes and testings of the alpha testing and beta testing, things like that. I want to talk about those things because when you're looking at your product development and you're coming up with new products, once you kind of have gone through your idea generation, hey, I've got these ideas for really great ways to grow our YouTube channel or to sell more products or make new products. We really get through that idea generation part. Now we really have to put the concept down on paper. And that comes down to concept testing, okay? What is that product concept? We're gonna write it all down. We're gonna talk to our customers and our clients and say, hey, what do you think about this? Hey, Professor Wolters channel watchers, what would you think if I did a whole channel on soft skills, where we did a whole series of videos on teaching you the soft skills of being a marketer, how to deal with clients, how to deal with rejection, how to turn that no into a yes. And so I'm giving you these ideas, and by giving you that concept of what that new playlist series would be, I would judge from your reaction. Is it positive? They say, yes, these are videos we'd love. Or if they say, nah, Mark, just stay with that. Professor Wolters, stay with that like basic marketing stuff. That's more your speed. And so when you get this kind of feedback from the concept from your customers, it helps you kind of kickstart that marketing and research process and go, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to look at this. We're going to develop a product that fits right into that concept that they want, okay? So you have that, all right? So once you've gotten past the concept testing phase, now we're moving to the next phase, and that's that product development. Because we really need to come up with kind of a working prototype to see if, can we really do this? Can we make something like that? What's it going to look like, okay? So if you think about it, a prototype is that rough model that first comes out. If you ever watch old car commercials, they'll show people like making a design of a car in clay so the wind can go over it and they can test things like that. How will that look? You know, when you ever see them, oh, it's a prototype car. Oh, it's the first of a kind. We're seeing if the concept really works. Can it physically happen? That's what a prototype is. Now, once we get this prototype so it really works, now we're going to start doing some testing, okay? You have what's called alpha testing. Alpha testing is when you're testing your products in-house, so in the company itself. So probably Gillette, they probably have a lot of alpha testing. When people come to work at Gillette, they might have people shave and try out new razors. And the thing is, by having this alpha testing, our people that know the industry, know our products, they're noticing some of the bigger mistakes. Oh wait, this doesn't glide so well, or this doesn't work so well. All right, we're getting some good feedback here from our people that work with us. But anytime you're working with something that you already know about, you kind of miss a lot of issues. I mean, think about it. In your room, do you think your room is dirty? Your mom's like, oh my goodness, your room's a pigsty. And you're like, yeah, it's not that bad, because you know how it works. You know that my clean clothes are underneath the dirty stuff there. There's a fine line of towels above it that keeps the dirty and the clean separate. No one else would know that, but you do. And the alpha testers, they know how these things work, so sometimes they miss some of those mistakes. That's why once you've done a lot of alpha testing and you're starting to develop a product that's good enough for in-house, then we start doing what's called beta testing. Okay, beta testing is when you go out and you find a select group of customers and you have them try out your product. Maybe some of you have done beta testing for some software or maybe a game out there. Why are they doing that? Well, they want to have your feedback. How does the game play? Are there any glitches? I mean, think about it. When the company's making the game, they're thinking, oh, people want to play the game through, right? Beginning to end. But how many of you just like to explore? You know, the Spider-Man games on PlayStation, you're just swinging around. This is so cool. It looks just like New York. Oh my gosh. You know, you have this cool feeling and you're like, oh wait, why do I keep hitting this wall here? The beta testers are testing out all these different variations that you might have thought of. And you take all that feedback and you put that back into your product development, because that helps us make an even better product. We finally actually do commercialize the product, and we actually put it on the market to sell. And that's why it's really important to know those steps. Start with that concept, that overall idea, what you want to do. Ask your customers if it's okay. If they say, yeah, it's good, go for it. Then you come up with your prototype, the basic kind of ideas, how it's going to fit together. Then what you're going to do after that, you make that alpha test and you test in-house. And once you kind of clear that hurdle, then you have some beta testers, some clients test it for you, see what's out there, and you get those mistakes out of the way, so when it rolls out across the world, it works just fine and everything goes okay. All right, so I hope this helps you understand the difference kind of between a concept test, a prototype, alpha testing, and beta testing. So I wish you all the best, and I'll say bye from here in El Salvador.